Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another ultimate comparison. To all my new viewers out there, a very warm welcome to PRcast 9. If you haven't joined this family already, it's really simple. Just hit the subscribe button, click on the bell icon, and that's it. You're a part of this warm and cozy family forever. With that said, today I'm comparing the Portronics sound drum with the Tagg Sonic Angle 1. And I know it's something so many of you have been waiting for because if you're a consumer, you are really confused between the two because they are more or less priced similarly and they sound great. If you've heard either of them, if you've seen reviews, you've seen people talking good about both of them. Not good, great. But apart from the sound, which is going to help you choose ultimately the speaker that is best suited for your taste, there are a few differences in features and design. So very quickly, the Portronics sound drum is a cylindrical speaker. It's covered in fabric. It's got a bass radiator on top. It is a 10 watt RMS speaker. And additionally, apart from having Bluetooth connectivity options, it's got aux, it's got FM, it's got a dedicated USB port for you to plug in your pen drive, and it's got IPX4 water and dust resistance. So all in all, it's in a way a complete package. On the other hand, we have the Tagg Sonic Angle 1. Now this is comparatively new. It's got a different design. It's a triangle which has been stretched out. It's got driver units at the front. At the back, you don't have anything. At the bottom, you have a bass radiator. It is also a 10 watt speaker. And apart from Bluetooth, you have a aux connectivity option. And that's it. No FM and no USB port for you to use a pen drive inside it. So those are certain differences. Both have the ability to answer calls, so it's got a built-in microphone. And the battery capacity of the sound drum is 1800 milliamp, while the Tagg Sonic Angle 1 has a 2200 milliamp hour battery. So marginally better battery life on the Tagg Sonic Angle 1. But ultimately, apart from all these features, what is going to make you choose either of these speakers is their performance in the department of sound. And ultimately, it's a Bluetooth speaker, so that's what you're here for. So right now, we're going to get into the sound test where I'm going to play the same tracks on both of these devices. You guys will listen to them, form your judgment. I'm going to come back and give you my verdict on what I heard in person, in which department these speakers really shine, where they fall short, what are the differences in sound, and ultimately, hopefully that will help you choose the speaker best suited for your listening pleasure. So without further ado, let's get straight into the sound test.
While you and me repeat, this bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.
there you have it, guys. That was the sound test between the Portronics sound drum and the Tagg Sonic Angle 1. Now, truth be told, both are a treat to listen to. I mean, do not judge these Bluetooth speakers, the two in question in today's episode, by their size. The Portronics sound drum is small, cylindrical. It looks like it's a really puny contender, but it packs a punch. The Tagg Sonic Angle 1, well, it's another bomb. So both of these are great, and for 10 watt RMS speakers, they sound surprisingly loud. So if loudness was a concern, if at all it was, then rest assured both of these speakers are really powerful and loud. But as my analysis goes, and if you haven't seen my previous reviews or comparisons, I don't simply say it was loud or it was good or bad. I broadly categorize them into the three departments where I judge the sound. So I judge them based on the frequencies, that is the highs, the mids, and the bass or the lows. So these are the three departments, or these are the three frequencies which broadly make up any sound that you hear. So a good speaker or a great speaker is one that can produce all three perfectly. So starting off, I'm sure you've got somewhat of an idea that when I played the same tracks on both of these devices, both of them have a lot of clarity, a lot. The highs are really sharp on both, but where the sound drum disappoints me, and I've spoken about this in my previous comparisons as well, is when the highs are being produced, when there is no other note being played, when the music is just, or the song is just beginning, the highs start to crackle, and this is at full volume. I've done the test that you've just heard, both the speakers were playing at full volume. So in the sound drum, before any other vocals or instruments piled in the beginning, there is a bit of crackling where it's almost like the speaker, the drivers, were not able to handle the sharpness of the frequencies. So there was a bit of crackling. The Tagg Sonic Angle 1 had, in comparison, very less crackling, almost non-existent. But if you listen to it very closely, they were still present. But if I had to choose, I would definitely choose or prefer the Tagg Sonic Angle 1 in terms of its ability to produce the high notes. So it was better equipped, the drivers were better equipped to handle the highs on the Tagg Sonic Angle 1. But in terms of how sharp they sound, both of them sound very sharp, very sharp. Maybe for some you might find that it's a bit too sharp or a bit too over processed, but if clarity is what you're going for, then both of these have you covered. Just that the sound drum has that one shortcoming with the inability to handle too much of the highs. Now coming to the mids. Now the mids are what make up more or less the body of the music. That's where the vocals lie. And both of these have very bright mids. Very bright, very sharp, very prominent mids. So no complaints regarding that. It's just that in some of my testing, and unfortunately I keep saying this, that the usual music and songs that I listen to when I'm reviewing these in my off time, I cannot play the same thing on YouTube because of copyright issues. But let me give you my feedback from the other testing that I've done with other tracks. Sometimes I find that the clarity at times is more, or maybe the mids are a bit more bright on the sound drum. Alright, the vocals sounded a bit more bright, but in terms of the quality, I would prefer that of the Tagg Sonic Angle 1. It's just that the Tagg Sonic Angle, they both have almost identical clarity in terms of the mids. The vocals sound great on both, very sharp and bright like I mentioned, but it's how the Tagg Sonic 1 handles this frequency, the mids, is what makes me gravitate towards the Sonic Angle 1 more than the sound drum. It just handles it better. And on the whole, when you listen to songs, I found that each time I switched from the sound drum to the Tagg Sonic Angle 1, the Tagg Sonic Angle 1 had more body. The sound that was produced by the Tagg Sonic Angle 1 was more rich, and it was more pleasing to listen to compared to the sound drum. At times the sound drum would sound hollow, whereas the Sonic Angle 1 would sound whole and all in all much more pleasing to the ears. Now let's talk about the bass. Now you know that the sound drum has a upward firing bass radiator, while the Tagg Sonic Angle 1 has a bottom firing bass radiator. Now I don't know if you know that low frequencies or bass, usually you would always find that they suggest that you keep your subwoofers, say in your home theater system, always keep the subwoofer on the ground or at a corner, because low frequencies creep and crawl through the ground. That's where they travel the best. So your whole room resonates with that low end, which we all like. In a way, the design choice for the Tagg Sonic Angle 1 by placing the bass radiator at the bottom is very scientific in a way, because it keeps constantly punching the ground with its bass. So whatever surface you keep it on resonates with that bass. And speaking of the bass, the Tagg Sonic Angle 1 hands down beats the sound drum in terms of the bass. It is undistorted at max volume, it is far more thumpy, it is thick, it is rich, and it sounds really good. It really packs that extra punch when you listen to any music, especially if it's bass heavy. The Tagg Sonic Angle 1 does it justice. In comparison, the sound drum, it definitely has bass, no doubt about that, but it falls short of that quality and that power which the Tagg Sonic Angle 1 offers. And also, the Portronics sound drum has an upward firing bass radiator. And although there are perforations at the bottom of the sound drum as well, where sound also comes out, there is bass, absolutely. I mean, you cannot ever say that the Portronics sound drum does not have bass, but it's just that once you hear the Tagg Sonic Angle 1 and the sound drum side by side, in terms of bass and the overall sound signature, richness and quality, every time you would pick the Tagg Sonic Angle 1. Let's just do a recap. Highs, great on both, but the Tagg Sonic Angle 1 handles the highs much better than the Portronics sound drum. Mids are almost identical on both, but the quality of the mids and the vocals with clarity, as well as the entire pleasing, that sweet spot of the vocals, again goes to the Tagg Sonic Angle 1. And the bass, there is no competition, it is the Tagg Sonic Angle 1 that wins. So overall, the winner in this ultimate comparison is the Tagg Sonic Angle 1. But you guys know I always keep it honest to the hilt, and because I keep it honest, I must tell you that sometimes, because the bass is so heavy on the Tagg Sonic Angle 1, the mids or the vocals would sometimes get a bit distorted. But in the tracks that you heard, they did not distort at all. And maybe out of 10 tracks, 9 of them would not distort on the Tagg Sonic Angle 1. But one of them, if it's really bass heavy with vocals within that bass, the vocals could sound a bit muffled and distorted. That is the only gripe in terms of sound that I have with the Tagg Sonic Angle 1 as of now. In that comparison, the Portronics sound drum does not distort the vocals even when the bass is hitting hard. So just something you should keep in mind. But in terms of value for money, now the Portronics sound drum retails for below 2,000 bucks now. You can get it for 1,900 or 1,800 sometimes. The Tagg Sonic Angle 1 retails for $24.99 or $22.99. So it's always above that 2,000 rupee mark. Now, value for money. If you want overall quality and great bass, if it's sound, that's the only thing that matters with good battery backup, the Tagg Sonic Angle 1 is your choice. Hands down, no questions asked. But if you're restricted to a budget of 2,000 bucks and you want great sound with great clarity, you want FM and USB port, like I said, the Portronics sound drum is the complete package. You can't go wrong with either. Now it boils down to your personal preference. If you're interested to buy either of these speakers, the link to both of these are in the description below. You can buy it right from there. It'll take you to Amazon, and if you're lucky, you can even get a discount when their lightning deals are on, and most of the time both of these are under the lightning deal, so you can get it for a really great price. So make sure you check out the links below. If you have any questions regarding these, do let me know in the comment section below. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do so you do not miss many other ultimate comparisons that are coming up. And as always, I'll catch you guys the next one. Cheers.